Thank you.
How much did you enjoy that, especially at the end?
Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling. Really proud of the players and staff. Delighted for them. They've been terrific for me all season, both players and staff, and showed a lot of strength of character to want to come back to here again in this stage of the tournament, and then to deliver the type of performance they did. I would have taken any sort of win to get to the final if we'd been, had robbed it or been really poor. But the fact that we played well, and controlled the game, scored 2 really good goals, it's just a really good afternoon for us, and it's a happy changing room at the moment. Really, I think they're delighted what they've achieved to date. We've just got to come back here in 2 weeks' time and try and replicate that type of performance and have the same feeling.
But now you've got the test of character in there, the strength of character to go and do it.
Yeah, it was never in doubt for me. Other people will question it because you lose one game, but you only get to that stage of tournaments and be where you are in the league if you're a good side. And we've got some young players in there, some players that haven't been in these types of situations in their career, and there's fine margins in all these games. Even today there's fine margins that I'm sure Mickey will point to, and you need them to fall your way, and they did, but we played well alongside that. So my last message to the players today was how much I trust them, and they should trust themselves and each other, and I think they produced a performance that was reflective of them being in that frame of mind.
Jack, what would it mean to you to make sure that Hibs lift this trophy? It's not something they do very often.
A lot. I don't often pause to think of it from my own point of view, because I feel as if it's my job. My job as a football manager, and I've got to produce the best I can for the club and get the best from the players. But this competition is special to me. I grew up with it being a big deal. I'm a football fan, a football lover, and I'm looking forward to leading Hibs out here. And I know the history of the club in this tournament, and for us to our players have got a chance to put themselves into the fabric of the club, and they passed another test in that regard today, and really excited about a fortnight's time.
Jack, Paul admitted that, he said before the game you probably wouldn't have admitted that the last 2 semi-finals was in the back of the players' mind, but he said it absolutely was. Did you try and turn that negative into a positive today and use that as a motivating factor?
I think with this one we probably steered away from it a lot more. I think when you come on the St Johnstone one, in the back of the Hearts one was quite quick. But I think they know the players know how I work, and a lot about is affecting what you can, so you can't ever affect anything that's gone in the past. So the only thing we could control was the outcome of today's game. So I don't think it was mentioned this week at all, but equally I can't always go inside players' head, and I understand why he would say that, because those 2 games are sore. Like Mickey's team will be feeling sore today. It's horrible. It's not nice. I think for them to come through that test today and have that feeling only whets the appetite to have it again in 2 weeks' time, and we've got difficult league games in between and important league games, but there's a feeling of euphoria you get from it. It's difficult to describe to people, but that can be even greater obviously if we go on and lift the trophy.
Does it matter which Saints team you play?
No, I mean obviously I'm just really pleased to be there. I think for us it's only important when we start to prepare for the game, and for me I've got a busy day ahead tomorrow. Look at Aberdeen's footage and get ready for Wednesday, such is the nature of the job at the moment. Yeah, again, probably just indicative of how they've performed this season and also where they're at the moment. To have your forward-going players in good form and scoring at this business end of the season is vital. It's the hardest part of the game. It's a bit as a manager that I've recognised over my career that you need to have. You need to have players at the top end of the pitch that score regularly. And the 2 finishes I thought were really, really good. Maybe don't quite appreciate them at the time, because the game, you caught up so much in the game, but watching them back prior to coming and speaking to you guys, they really good from both of them, and I think they both played well as well. Yeah, I've only seen it from one angle. If it is very close, but equally I would point to, Bobby blows his whistle a little bit too quickly when Christian's played through, and that gets forgotten a little bit because we go on to win the game. So if the focus is on that, then I think it should be an equal focus on that fine margin not going our way. But no, you do need it. We hit the crossbar in each of the semi-finals at crucial points, so you do need it. And if it went for us today, then great.
Jack, you mentioned that Mickey will be feeling horrible at the moment. Are you feeling better than you thought you would feel after winning the semi-final?
I don't really. I think you have to come and do all this stuff, and you don't maybe get time to pause right away and think about how you're feeling. And my delight is for my players and staff. I always feel that responsibility for them, and so I want them to enjoy it probably more than I do. I think when I get home and see my wife and kids, I'll probably sit down and go, yeah, it's good. And I probably I don't want to downplay how much it means in terms of going to be able to walk out a team here. As I said, I'd love to have been in a final as a player, didn't get further in a semi, and so to have the opportunity to walk out as a manager is a big deal. Just want to go and lift it now.
Would you expect that same level of performance to be good enough to win the final?
Well, it gives a good chance. You know, again, you can't say for definite, but if we come and produce that level of work out possession and then the quality in possession, then we're a good side. You know, we're not where we are in the league and being at 2 semis in the final without being a good side. And you know, they showed that again today, but they'll need to show it irrespective of the opponent in a couple of weeks' time.
It's going to be a strange couple of weeks, isn't it? Normally you have a month or so build up and
Yeah.
all the excitement, and it's just going to be 2 weeks in the fans.
Yeah, it's peculiar, and it's a little bit, I suppose, a little bit sad that, you know, it's not that normality around it, but it doesn't dilute the significance of it for us and the importance of what lies ahead. And hopefully it's a massive way of repaying the loyalty from Hibs fans and those that have endured a tough year and a bit, that gives them something to smile about as well and look forward to over these coming weeks. But yeah, quick turnaround in terms of league games even as well. You know, we've got a lot of sore bodies in there at the moment, so we'll have to dust ourselves down and try and patch up a team for Wednesday. But delighted to extend the season. That's, you know, that's the thing we wanted to do, and we've done that.
Just going to say that, how are some of the boys in their portraits and whatnot?
Yeah, I've not had the chance to obviously speak to medical staff about it, but Ryan's hamstring's a bit tight. Joe's ankle knock. Melka's first time he's played in, you know, full 90 in a long time, and so we're down to kind of bare bones a little bit. It's an important league game for us, but we've got a cup final coming up in a couple of weeks' time as well, so we're going to have to strike the balance over these coming league games. It'd be nice to go and produce a performance on Wednesday, a positive result that meant that Saturday, the Celtic game, was the one that we could certainly use as preparation for the following weekend, but we'll see how we are come tomorrow and go from there.
Just on that then, Jack, do you feel that the Cup's more important now because of the European element and getting into the group stage now, or given the hard work
I think the European thing's an interesting one. I can understand why it's talked about and the focus on it and the potential financial rewards, but from the football romantic side of it, us finishing third in a position has been a huge driver for us all season, irrespective of anything to do with Europe. Winning the Cup is winning the Cup, irrespective of Europe. So it's just about achieving those 2 goals. Have been massive ambitions for us all season, and so proud of the players and staff that at this stage of the season we're in with a chance of doing both. You know, it's not easy to do that, and they're on the cusp of having. They've had a great season already, but they're on the cusp of having an outstanding one. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. See you soon. Cheers.